How's everybody feeling? It's another day. Yeah, as y'all seen by the title, it's really funny, right? So, one of my very good friends, I consider him like a brother, really. He designed my thumbnail because recently I started telling myself that Atalanta, they might have been done. Because in the past weeks, a couple of their last games, they uh they haven't been looking too hot. They have not been looking too hot. Some of the last couple of games. And then it's like really weird. They haven't been looking too good. Then all of a sudden, just like how soccer is today, they went 5-0. But my other phone's dead. I can't even just look at the table live like I usually do. Because what I'm really thinking is, even though they won 5-0, last I checked, they were about 7 points behind. They were 7 points behind Napoli. And then besides them being 7 points behind Napoli, Inter Milan is basically tied with Napoli still. So when I went and checked the highlights and I seen the highlights today, I now noticed two other things that's very important with Atalanta going on right now, because we can't just talk about them like they're just one of them throwaway teams, like teams behind, like in the. back burner. One thing I noticed is that Lukman is not really in favor as much anymore because Retegi is on fire. Retegi has 20 goals now. Retegi has 20 goals, so he's so on fire that Lukman really isn't a super favorite anymore. And then I also noticed that, because when I seen the highlights, that the commentator was saying that basically, that's how they were doing Verona this year. They beat Verona at home 6-1, and then they now beat them today 5-0. So, it's 6-1 and 5-0. That's basically the same aggregate score. So, you know, I'm basically saying that to say, like, Verona it, um, is a shit team. Not saying that Verona can't get results, or a shit team can't give them a tie or whatever, but um, it almost makes me feel like, you know, they've definitely been at a point this whole season where, teams like that, they haven't had a problem with. So basically now how I'm looking at it like they haven't had a problem with teams like that, but are they going to have a problem in a couple weeks? Because Napoli, oh shoot, Napoli isn't losing. And it's like they gotta start mirroring Napoli's form. Sorry, y'all. I just want to see if oh yeah, this one was dead. Napoli isn't losing. So it's like Napoli is on super form, and Inter Milan is basically tied with Napoli. So it's kind of like when I made that thumbnail, I made it. I made it due to the fact that I'm looking at it like it might be a little bit too late, and I know exactly. I just gotta pull it up on my phone when I get a little bit more battery. Exactly around the point when I was like, oh yeah, man, the league might be over for them because it might be too little, too late. You know, they did that 6-5-0 to Verona today, but Napoli every week I look at them, I'm like, man, are they gonna slip up? Man, they just thrashing everything. Like shout out to Conte, man. They messing up everything. Like they not taking no prisoners every week. They hitting. So it's like I'm looking at it now. Like I don't think that. I think that Atalanta, they like when it's all said and done, and then Retegui is the highest goal scorer in the league right now. So I'm looking at it like they might keep on winning, but Napoli's not losing. So it's kind of like, what are they really gonna do at this point? You know, what are they gonna do? Because it's like if they keep on winning, and Napoli's not losing, can they really win the league? And basically, I know they play Napoli again. I think they play one of the big teams again. No, I think they played Napoli twice, but they play one of the big teams. I think they play Inter again. And it's like games like that is gonna start being like a do or die because Atalanta is not. Sorry, not Atalanta. Napoli not losing. So it's kind of like they have to set the tempo. You know, who you want to win the ball, the bowl, or the league for Italian league? Shit, I feel like Atalanta deserve to, but one thing I've been noticing and watching a lot of their games, man, they like they fans don't even get loud for them barely, which I understand because they only got 20,000 capacity stadium. That's basically like the size of Columbus Crew Stadium, to be honest, literally. 'Cause I've been to a Columbus Crew game and that shit is 20,000 people, and Atalanta's stadium is 20,000 people. So I noticed that fans don't get that loud, but I think Inter won last year. I won't lie. I feel like Napoli or Atalanta deserves it. Not saying that Inter hasn't been phenomenal. Inter's been phenomenal too. Because if they've been so silent about it. All year they've been balling. And let me see. Can you mute this? I want to do something real quick. Yeah, where were we? Yeah, so basically it's like somebody was asking me who do I want to win, and I would say Atalanta or Napoli. They just Napoli really did their thing this year. They're the result of very good coaching, and they just like relentless, man. I like it's one of those things that throughout the year I can't remember too many times when I didn't see them lose or fold or shit like that. So I'll say Napoli deserve it, and Atalanta deserve it because Atalanta just had like some crazy runs this year. They've had some crazy score lines. I know they had a 6-1 against Verona. I know they had a some other crazy scores against other people, and it's like they just deserve it, man. They really deserve it, like because it's like they've just been the shit this year. And then besides them having the crazy runs, the 6-0 games, Luke Mom was on fire the first half of the year. That Retegi kid, he's been on fire the second half, and then now he has 20 goals. Ketelar has been on fire. Ketelar on fire. Luke Mom on fire is on fire. Retegi is on fire, and then they just have like a whole lot of supporting cast players behind that. So Atalanta or Napoli, in my opinion, just really deserve it. I feel like Inter, they just Inter. But as far as like relentlessness, Atalanta or Napoli deserve to win the Italian league. But like I said, that's why I titled the stream how I titled it because it's like I feel like with Atalanta it might be a little bit too late. It might be a little bit too late because it's like now, um, they done lost a couple games. They lost a little bit of momentum recently. I think they're out of the Italian Cup or something. I'm about to check all those right now. I just turned on my other phone. Let me see what's going on, y'all. All right, perfect. Now I see it. So before today's game, they had, the Coppa Italia. I mean, they lost the quarterfinal, which, I mean, it all depends on how important you look at the Coppa Italia. They don't really seem like the team that was the type of team that was going to win the treble because, they're still in the Coppa Italia, still in, still in the Coppa Italia, still in, or they were in the Coppa Italia, still in the Champions League, still in the league. Boom. So they're tied, tied in the league. They're knocked out of the Copa Italia, tied in the league, tied with Barcelona, which, like I said, that's it's all games that I'm saying. If you look at it, like, it might not matter that much, but it can lead to bad form outside the league. Then they went and beat Como. Okay. Really, I think their slump came from that Lazio tie, and it wasn't even too bad of a slump because it's like I'm looking at that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games before that, and then it's like even in that little slump, they were still kind of still whipping ass, kind of, because they're tied to Las Vegas. They lost how many in that streak? One, two, three. They lost 3 out of 10 games there, and then they tied one, two, three, one, two, 3, 4, 5. So they lost 3, tied 5, and won 2 in their last 10. They won 2, lost 3, tied 5. So they tied tied 5, won 3, tied 5, won 2, lost 3. And it's crazy because who they play next? They play Champions League next, Bruges. Then next Saturday they play Cagliari. So it's like, dude, that's all that I was saying because I still have a valid point because now they're in Champions League. They're in Champions League. They're in Champions League. They're in the league. So it's like they really gotta focus because they could get knocked out of the Champions League, and then it's like As far as fixtures, they have a decent month. Cagliari, Empoli. They had that late winner with Ketelaere against Empoli. So Cagliari need I don't think it's going to really do them dirty. But the main test is going to be March 9th, March 16th. Oh my God, bro! They want to kill them next month, bro. They want to kill them next month and beginning of August, bro. They want to kill these guys, bro. March 9th, Juventus. March 16th, Atalanta. March 30th, Fiorentina. And April 6th, Lazio. God damn, bro. They gonna kill him next month. They gonna kill him next month. That's why it's gonna be such an interesting month next month, bro. Like, and speaking of Inter play Fiorentina Monday, but Napoli got Juve, Inter, Fiorentina, then Lazio. Oh my God, they gonna kill him. Juve, Atalanta, Fiorentina. It's gonna be tough. Tough 4 games back to back for them. One more time, it's Juve, Inter, Fiorentina, Lazio. They're gonna kill them. I'm just looking at the games. Y'all don't mind me. I'm already looking at next week's games. it's gonna be a nice next week. Right, thinking about a little parlay, 6 game parlay. Thinking about hitting up Real Madrid over Osasuna, Atletico over Celta Vigo. 3 Serie A's and two soccer, so maybe a 7 game. Yeah, Mad Cow. Feel like I do. What's going on? I'm just looking. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm just looking at my phone, checking some of these soccer scores and shit. Seeing who I'm gonna bet on next week. Yeah, man. It's funny because I haven't picked up that book a lot recently. Man, it's just been so I've been so busy out here. Some days I don't even have time. I don't even have time for myself. I don't have time to think. I don't have time for nothing. It's just busy, 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 busy. So it's like it's crazy. Yeah, I'm on the grind every day, bro. Sorry, I was just checking some scores for these games so I can see who I'm gonna bet on next week. I love soccer, man. I love soccer. That's the main sport I be betting on. That's why I was looking at um Chelsea, definitely. And then man, bro, if you be betting on basketball, I'm gonna start going live every week and shit, every day. Man, give me some picks, man, because it's like I like Chelsea. That's my team, but I bet on I just know about all soccer. So the thing about basketball is one of the sports this year. I can't lie. I've been following it less and less and less. Like I don't know what's going on, and sometimes I'm just so too busy to catch games. That's just how it be. I just be too busy to really catch games. So it's like it'll be cool to link up with somebody who kind of knows a little bit more about what's going on. Hell yeah, because it's like I've hit I've hit some nice parlays in soccer this year. Like if I told you'll think I'm joking, man. It's just that sometimes if you don't not, I turn like $3 and some change to like $222 in 2 days. It's just that sometimes if you don't have that big ass fat dough to bet on, then it's just it not gonna really stack up the way you want to. And the craziest thing about even after that is like sometimes I'll be looking at it like damn, like I wish I had just more money to bet with. And I wish some of the days when because it's another thing too, like you'd be like damn, like you want the games to go one way one day and then it go one way the week you don't bet, and then the week the week you bet, then the week you don't bet, you could look at 5 games and you're like, man, bro, I would have bet on the right way on that, like yesterday, right? Because soccer, they be having game. Usually, soccer games is on Saturdays and Sundays. I follow local soccer too a little bit. I like Columbus Crew. I like NYCFC, and it's like sometimes with the European soccer is usually played on Friday and Saturday. With the Champions League, usually on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. But sometimes they also be having league games on Fridays. And there was 3 games yesterday that went on that I know if I put them in a parlay, I would have won some money for sure. I forget who played yesterday. It was Bayern Munich played. Bayern Munich, PSG, I want to say, and somebody else. Let me see. Matter of fact, I know there was 3 games yesterday that. Yeah, Bayern Munich, Juventus, PSG. That would have been some quick money for me yesterday. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, stat lines and shit. Hell yeah. And that's what I need. I need some good stat lines because a lot of days I already know that my soccer pick's gonna have me lit. So basically, how it goes, the soccer games is gonna be in the early morning and the afternoons, and then NBA games are at night. So if I'm already lit with my soccer picks, early morning, afternoon, NBA gonna have me right later on. You know. What's the most you ever won from like betting on basketball? What's the most you ever won? Oh, let's go, boy. That's why I like you, bro, because you one of them niggas. Or let me not say my hood gene was coming on because I don't know if you black white, but you one of them guys that's not afraid to just to risk something, man, to risk a nice amount. Because that's how I look at it, bro. I look at it like this. I look at it like I'm never. I'm at a point in my life. I'm not going to be more scared of what I could win than what I could lose no more. Because we get money every month, we get money every week. You know, we give it to the rent man, to the bud man, to the Metro PCS, to Spectrum, all these different bills we get, and then it's like we could literally be in something like gambling where you take a risk. If that risk pay out, man, you living nice, man. You done double your money, tripled it sometimes. Sometimes you done five times it. Hell yeah, that's how it should be, man. Because you don't want to waste your time. Like I be seeing all those guys betting $5. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I've did it, but I'm not gonna do that every week thinking that I'm gonna make 10K doing like a 20 game parlay or doing like just betting five and making 300 every time. That's how a lot of people think, and it doesn't go like that because they're just not risking enough. They're too scared of that they're gonna win, or they're more scared to lose than they are uh, excited to win. And I'm just looking at life now like I've been on this earth for a long time. I can't be scared of nothing no more. Like I want to win in life, so I look at it like next time I get some fat dough, I'm gonna put some big bread on some games, Especially, and I'm not gonna be afraid. Especially a year like this. No, it could happen, bro. Cause remember I told you I literally turned $3 to $222 this year. Literally, bro. Because I remember how it happened the first, and it was the craziest thing. It was like a 5 game parlay the first day, right? And then um I remember literally, bro, it was so crazy how it happened, right? It was about a 5 game parlay, so about four of them already hit. But the fourth ones that was hidden, they literally scored um within like the 97th minute. Because soccer, they have added time. And I was trying to pull out my money early, and I would have only won about like come up like $50 or something like that. But because I didn't pull my money out early, then that shit turned to like 160. And I was literally about to pull it out right before the game ended. And then I'm happy it didn't because they scored like in the last minute because I bet on the tie and I bet on the win. But me betting on the win, I would have gotten less money. So then what happened was from that 160, I now bet a little bit more the next day, and I turned that 160 to 220 off of $3. So it happens, but I could agree with you when you say that you don't believe it, just because it's not an effective way to bet like that. Because yeah, bro, I'm telling you, like literally the same phone I'm streaming off of now is the phone that I be betting on. But I'm telling you, bro, I turned. You could check one of my streams. Literally go back to one of my streams a couple weeks ago. I literally put in the tagline that I turned $3 and some change into 222 over 2 days. Um, but you know, it's not as effective sometimes to bet like that just because for one, some weeks the spreads is just too bad, you know, it's just too bad to where you got to keep on putting more and more games and stacking the games up so you can get a good parlay rate. And then yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I just be hoping every time I could keep on hitting like that, you know? I'd be hoping I could keep on hitting like that. It don't be easy though. It don't be easy. And it's like sometimes the spreads don't be that good because gotta keep on stacking the odds and you know, and then sometimes it's like um you know, sometimes you I won't say that you never don't have $3 or $5, but you almost forget to play when you have that much to work. Why I say you almost forget to play? Probably not, but or maybe I should say is that you know some of the teams that I've been betting on, like you know, form changes and you're not as lucky other times, and then you know this team ties or that. It's just different stuff that happens, but you know, because I want to get to that point where, or maybe I've just seen $200 something dollars too many times that it don't even almost feel like a win. Maybe I feel like maybe that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I want to get to that point, man, where I done turn that 30 to like 2 racks or something. Oh yeah, I see. I don't know how to play poker, and that's where I want to cut the line at. Because I know if I start getting into stuff like poker, then I'm gonna really fuck myself over. Because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to play that shit. I don't even like playing cards and shit. I like betting on sports though. Cause it's just so fun to follow teams over the year. You just never know what's gonna go on. Even sometimes when I be losing, like today I made a 2 game $10 parlay on 2 soccer teams. Not Napoli, Atalanta versus Verona, Bayer Leverkusen versus Wolfsburg. I predicted both of them was gonna win, and then what ended up happening? Not Napoli, Atalanta smashed them 5-0. But Bayer Leverkusen ended up tying. That pissed me off. But I know what I'm gonna start doing. That's why I like doing these lives, because when you talk to somebody, you think of a new strategy. I'm gonna start doing 2 game parlays and splitting them. I'm gonna start splitting my parlays. Cause like today, for instance, right? I put $10 on Atalanta winning, Bayer Leverkusen winning. Had I put another 10 on Atalanta, but see, then that's when you gotta start splitting it too much. I won't lie. Because then I could have put another 10 on Atalanta winning and Bayer Leverkusen tying, and then the wins would have covered the 20. But then the only thing is, then the messed up thing be happening is maybe it might be a day where Atalanta go and tie, Bayer Leverkusen go and win. It's just weird how it could happen with sports, man. It's just weird how it could happen. That's why you just don't know. You really don't know. But anytime I bet on the ties, those have been the days when I've won the most money in soccer. Betting on the ties. When it's like 1-1, 0-0, 2-2, 3-3, whatever. Draws, you can make so much money on those. But you just never know when somebody's going to draw. Point spreads, yeah, I used to bet on point spreads. That's why I said the only problem this year is that, like, I haven't been following the NBA much. Just haven't been following it that much. Like, but those stat lines, like, I just know, bro. If I could just have one good week, solid. But then again, you gotta think about how much you want to win. I need to win like 3,000 type thing. Shay, okay, yeah, Shay, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. Yeah, Shay's balling out. Matter of fact, let me check some of these standings. You making me want to see. Okay, he's been paying you. Nah, that's why I like doing these lives, man. Get some knowledge up in here. Cause I've been, yeah. Cause NFL about it's funny. NFL about to end. Then soccer and baseball about to start. NFL about to end. Then NBA is gonna be going on. NHL is still gonna be going on. MLS and MLB gonna start. Ah, you from Canada then? Right, you the dude from Brampton, right? I think. Were you the dude from Brampton? Winnipeg, Winnipeg. Now I remember. Now I remember. Now I remember. We were talking about Brampton that day. I was saying that there was a racist incident in Brampton, and you say he was from Winnipeg. I remember, and then you were saying that they got the Jets over there. Man, what's going on? Now I remember. Now I remember. Yeah, man. Yeah, soccer season is almost. I said soccer season. Hockey. Oh no, I'm looking at it wrong. Oh, but the Jets on top in the NHL. They've been partying. I wouldn't bet on football. Have they been celebrating a lot over there in Winnipeg? Because you guys is first in Central Division. Stars next, Wild, Avalanche, Utah, St. Louis, the Prets, Blackhawks. Then you got the Oilers, Golden Knights, Kings, Canucks, Flames, Ducks, Kraken, Sharks. Senators. Yeah, man. I was just looking. I'm just trying to wrap up looking at what the standings look like in that hockey. Um, yeah. All that water. No, I'm gonna be having some other stuff to be doing. To be honest, man. Like, can't even lie to you. No, I'm not gonna watch it, man. I be having other things. I'm gonna have other things to do, and it's just like I'm not really a big football fan. I'm not too much of a big football fan, so I'm just looking at it like, what's the point? Yeah, but I'm not gonna be watching that, man. I'm gonna be doing something else. It's gonna probably be fun though. We already know Kendrick Lamar gonna perform. Not like us. He's gonna perform. They not like us. you know, most likely the Chiefs is gonna win. Yeah, like I guess the Eagles as well. Just make it something different. But like I said, I could care less because I don't really watch football. So, you know, I'll be lying if I said it mattered to me. I would be lying. Right now, wow, that's a tough one right now. Um, I might say Victor Osimhen. Hell yeah, I know who Samuel Umtiti is. What team is he playing for now? But yeah, his favorite soccer player. I might say Victor. Pretty sure it's Victor Osimhen, your favorite player. Technically, he's something different, man. It's something new, something nice. So I like Victor Osimhen. Mm-hmm. Rudiger from Real Madrid. If I'm not mistaken, he might have been on Chelsea at one point. Um, yeah, Rudiger is nice. Mm-hmm. Rudiger is definitely a good defender. Yeah, man. Soccer, that's the game I be betting on. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just good to really think about it. Like, who I think is gonna win this year. Can't even tell you with the Serie A. But honestly, I think it's probably gonna be Man, I don't know. Because Inter Milan got a big game on Monday. So, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely, yeah, he can defend some of the best forwards. Soccer terminology, people wouldn't say guard. That's like incorrect. I've seen somebody do that before, and that's very incorrect. You don't, if you're referring to a soccer player, you wouldn't say he can guard some of the best forwards. You would say he can defend some of the best forwards. I know, yeah. I've seen people do that. It just be sounding so weird to hear somebody say guard. Ooh, a little chilly. stuck in my teeth the whole night. I'm trying to get it out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get a water flosser, man. I want to do that this whole year. Um, Not exactly. Lived in New York. I've lived all over. I moved to Ohio from really. I was doing a traveling job, so like I was living in like. Cause I lived in a couple of places. I lived in New York. Lived in Africa for a while. Chicago, Texas. Then I moved basically from the job I was in at Texas from to Ohio basically because like the job I was doing, we used to travel all around or whatever. So the last place I was in with the job was Maryland for real. So I've lived everywhere, man. It's all the same. It's all the same, but it's different too. You know, New York definitely a lot different than Ohio. But then Ohio isn't too much different from Chicago in some ways. But it's just so much more spread out. You know, whereas New York is just on top of each other's. New York is like so big and packed and overcrowded and every just so much motion and so much shit happening. And Chicago is like that too, but then Chicago has a third of the people that New York got. Chicago got 3 million people. New York got 9 million people. So Ohio is similar to Chicago in the sense that it's both the Midwest. You know, like and Midwest is gonna have similarities, weather, you know, kind of how people act. Like certain parts of where I'm at in Ohio, it's like it'd be like it feel like the west side Chicago a little bit. You know, if you just come to parts of West Dayton and you know it's just or then or the east side be kind of like Belmont in Chicago. And it's funny because they got a Belmont in Dayton and there's a Belmont in Chicago. And both the neighborhoods are so similar. Like Belmont here be like, what was the word we used to call them again? What do we used to call it? What they used to call them hippies and shit back in Chicago? I forget. Not the yuppies, but I forget what was the other one. Hipsters. I remember what they used to call the hipsters in Belmont. And the hipsters in Belmont be like the hipsters here. Just a lot of hipsters, a lot of weirdos, a lot of lots of tattoos. Just like, just you just wear, you know, like you just know the hipsters in Belmont, and then they got a Belmont here, you know, and then the East Side be like the Belmont of Chicago. A lot of flamboyant weirdos and shit. So yeah, hipsters. So it's like literally there's a neighborhood that's the same name in Chicago and Ohio. Then there's a neighborhood in Ohio or in Chicago that has the same name as the one in New York, but it's different. Like a part of New York be considered uptown, but uptown is different than uptown in Chicago. Like uptown, I guess in New York probably mean more around Manhattan, Harlemish area. But if you go to uptown in Chicago, it's kind of like it's not far from downtown, but it's a little further from downtown, and then it's just cult- culturally it's different. Like, cause uptown in Chicago, like, don't get me wrong, they stay fly up there, and there used to be a City Trend store. Always, I was like a fashion store up there in uptown, but it's just different. Like, it's just the feel that's different about how they move. You know what I'm saying? Or how they just their demeanor. But it's very much similar in some ways too, like hood establishments, boys getting money, boys trapping, boys, anti-establishment, robberies and bullshit and fighting and shooting. Like it's all the same. So that's why I've been in so many cities and everybody makes all these distinctions, but after a while you just realize, man, a lot of them is the same. Like I said, it's literally neighborhoods that's the same name in Chicago as it is in Dayton, and it's probably neighborhoods that's similar in the same state. And here we got Columbus, Cleveland, Cincy, Toledo, Akron, Dayton. So it's like I'm basically in the sixth biggest city, but Cincinnati got streets called Dayton Street. It just life is a revolving circle. But on that note, man, I'm getting so tired. I might have to cut it out. But man, Mad Cow, especially, thank you for tuning into this live, man, and all the other people who did it. Cause on the other side, I'm gonna remember, man, that was one of my early fans, man. So y'all have a good one, man. Stay blessed.